Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I am Shae the Red, and Alex, believe it or not, is here. There we go. There's Alex. Stop hitting the mic.
It's right there.
I know, so move it. Jeez.
No.
Punching the microphone. Anywho, we are there. We are here with you're messing me up now. This doesn't work. This doesn't work with this.
Get out.
Like this.
Get out.
I'm not leaving.
Oh.
We're here with the amazing Billy Nunez. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I got a chance to help represent some of the taller women around. I may not be as tall or as curvy as the women that you draw, but it's okay. I feel it's close enough.
That's cool. That's amazing. You did the shirt.
Yes, I tried. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't show my abs, but that's because COVID has messed my abs up, so we don't show them right now.
Shut up, Eric.
Eric, leave us alone. A lot was happening.
Teens, minuets,
lates. Thank you, Eric. You're always so loving to us on the stream. Stop it, CY. I'm gonna smack you. Alright, so we're here because Billy is the amazing creator behind the comic that I absolutely lost my mind over a little bit back on, I think it was Regen, wasn't it? Or it might have been a Powerpuff Girls episode. But either way, we ended up seeing this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my jam. We need this in our lives. We have to get Billy on because he's doing an amazing comic called Damegang. And all the women are gigantic and sexy as hell. And it's exactly what I want in a comic book. It's everything I want in a comic book. Tall, sexy, strong women. It's amazing.
Yes. Me too.
See? Thank you. And so anyone who comes at you and tries to say, like, well, women would find this very offensive, you'd be like, not true. let me point you to Shae, because seriously, I saw this and I went, damn, I want those hips, I want those abs, look at her tits, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Thank you very much, CY. So before we get into Billy giving us his pitch, we are going to watch the trailer. Maybe.
Shut up.
If CY can do their job.
No audio?
Hold on.
God, the audio. That beat is dope.
Yeah, apparently CY did not share with audio.
I shared it. Go here.
There you go.
We heard it. I'm telling you, this is my life since Shae got here.
This looks so fucking sick, man. This is awesome. Alright, so why don't you tell us... I also gotta say, my favorite character isn't even the one that I dressed up as. I feel like I'd get too much hate if I cosplayed my favorite, which is Vanessa, because she looks so fucking badass. Like, her design is epic. Look at that. Yeah. Look at her with all of her tattoos and everything. Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
She's the rock star.
Hell yeah.
Like I said when I first saw this, they must have killed like 12 squids to get all that in.
Yeah, so I have a half sleeve, and when I went and got that done, my halfway through, my tattoo artist literally started complaining because he was like, "I swear, your bicep is the size of my thigh," and I was like, "That's what every woman wants to hear, you know, when we're living life. We really just want to hear about how my arm is the size of a small man's leg. Like that makes me feel." Very feminine. I appreciate all of the love for that. Okay, so why don't you tell us what Damegang is about? Because I like beautiful, tall women. I'm already sold 1,000%. But let's get everybody else on board.
Yeah, the whole like giantess thing. It's like a whole like subgenre.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look it up, it's like tons of people doing artwork and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been drawing like women like this for a long time. Sexy, thick women. And after a while, I was like, how do I take this to the next level? I gotta like figure out story. Like I gotta create a world where bring these characters to life. Give them
right.
personalities and everything.
You wanted to take it to the next level, so you literally like broke out a ladder and took it to the next level.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just get a crane lift; it'll be fine.
Yeah. So I just came up with this concept of like just having a world where, sometimes in our world there's people who are born with like dwarfism. Sometimes with little people.
Right.
And it's rare, but it happens. Well, I was thinking like, what about a world where some women grow to be huge, like 9 feet tall, plus.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just took it from there. Came up with all these concepts, all these different type of characters, and this whole. I thought of it as like because I was also thinking like, I want to make my own like team of heroes in the same way like Power Rangers, X-Men type of thing. Just have a nice variety of characters, and just have that be it. Giant women superheroes.
Yeah.
So these three, Maven, Vanessa, and Rio, were already giant, and then they encounter an alien artifact and get superpowers?
Yes.
Nice.
So they're born like...
They're already born huge. Like, they're already...
Born, they become huge during puberty.
Okay.
So, like the same way we have like growth spurt during puberty.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a giantess, you seem normal for like when you're a kid, and then when you hit puberty, then suddenly you just explode even past like normal people.
Interesting.
And so that's actually the premise of the main character. If you've read the preview comic that I put out.
I did not. Ooh, I'm excited though.
Yeah.
The link's on the campaign page, by the way. Everyone in the chat.
Oh, I'm doing that in between shows. 1,000%.
She grew up being trained to fight by her dad, who was a boxer, and she ended up like right before she hit puberty, she was fighting with this other girl, and she ended up hurting her so badly that she went unconscious. She injured her really badly, and then they found out that she's actually a giantess. And then they were like, "Oh, are you like the extra strength that you were developing? Is that her?" So she got in trouble. Her dad got in trouble for that, and she got in trouble for that. And so she's, after she grew up, she couldn't fight anymore because there's no like competitive leagues for giant women. There's not enough of them.
Right.
So she's like going around trying to find other giant women to fight. Just on her own. And so she runs into the other girls, and then a whole bunch of stuff happens. Ancient artifacts, superpowers, etc., etc.
But I dig it though. Like, so the thing that I think is kind of interesting, at least from my perspective, is like when I was growing up, I didn't shoot up in height ever. Like, I didn't have like a growth spurt. I was born 2 feet long, and I just kept growing And so I never had like this, you know, I go away for a summer and come back the next year and I'm like, holy shit, what happened? She's so tall. I was just always tall. And so I like the idea of like these parents, you know, and it's the same with dwarfism. Like if you have a kid that has dwarfism, you pretty much, you know, like before they're ever born, you know that they're going to be, you know, some type of dwarfism or something along those lines. But these ones, it's like you literally don't know until they hit like 10 or 11, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit. Yeah. Like, well, okay then.
Give me 1 second. We had a question in the chat about the preview, so I am going to get the link here.
Yes. Oh, and you can go to damegang.com, which is your site that has more of the art and some of the preview, the zero issue like you were talking about, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes. The preview, the 27-page preview of the first book, which was going to be like 82 pages in total. There's a ton of concept art there. Yeah,
that's
check
awesome.
that out.
By the way, this is in our Google Drive, the PDF.
Perfect.
For issue 0.
Good. Because I would be sad if it wasn't.
Now, I have questions, and I'm just going to jump right in here.
Okay.
Lukey.
Lucky.
Lucky, okay.
So, all of her background is in a foreign language.
Uh-huh.
Is she a tall lady too?
Yes. She, the information here is, see, the thing is, I have this whole thing planned out for 3 books. Like, I had this whole epic origin story for this team. And Lucky doesn't come into the second book, actually. You can buy the card now, which will have this in English, and it'll kind of spoil like the beginning of book 2. That's why I have it. You know, I have it in a different language. Well,
Gotcha.
Thing is, this is actually a thing I made up. Like what's supposed to be an ancient language, but it's just the alphabet replaced with my own symbols. Mm-hmm. So if you're, you know, if you're at home and you're bored, you could actually like
you could crack it.
Yeah, you could crack it and just crack all the other stuff that where I use the symbols. Just sneak in stuff in there if you want, you know, if you want to do that.
That's awesome. What are you doing, CY?
I'm investigating a suspicion.
A suspicion.
So is the language on the alien artifact the same as the language that Lucky's bio is written in?
Yes.
Shae didn't hear.
I heard. Yeah. I don't get the why you're flipping me off right now. Congratulations, you cracked a very simple code?
Yes, he said crack.
Okay.
For now 8.
So Creators Outlet wants to know, so they were talking about getting the preview on a tier. I think that they may be talking about getting a physical version of the zero issue. Are you thinking of doing that at any point, or maybe as a stretch goal, adding that in?
That's the book. That's like the first 27 pages of the book.
Okay, so that's already, so the zero issue, like the preview that you have, is just the first 27 pages of this book. Gotcha. Perfect.
Aha. Well.
If we would have kept reading, we would have seen. My bad. This is crazy. I really like this. So, did you model any of these characters off of any like women that you actually know, or anything like that, or are they all just straight out of your head?
Just straight out of my head.
I love this.
Well, you know, reference from internet models.
Yeah. Well, and I love that you kept them like curvy and pretty, because usually when you end up having people that do have like gigantism, There's a lot of issues. There's like hunchbacks, and there's like weirdly long arms and like knobby knees and stuff like that. And they don't usually end up being quite as attractive. And the fact that you're just like, nah, they're hot as hell. They're just giant.
This guy back here.
Yeah. No, but see, that's the thing is he's talking about her horrible form, and she was talking about make sure you get different angles so she knows he's filming.
Oh yeah, this is for the gram. This is for the IG.
Nice.
She's
oh, that's awesome.
Can you hear my dog?
A little.
He sounds angry.
Thing is though, these like when they grow to be like 9 feet tall, they actually grow proportionately. So like if you shrink them down the exact proportions, they'll be the same proportions as regular humans.
Right.
So they actually have like slightly bigger heads, bigger everything.
Yeah.
Proportionally.
That's awesome.
I love how she punches her in the ass cheek.
Right?
I think that's like an implant check. Like, is that booty real? Let me punch it and see if it deflates.
Well, because she punches her and the other girl's just like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, that's something that I want to keep consistent throughout the whole book, is just have fun with like little teasy, playful, sexual stuff like that, like where it's like sexy, but have fun.
But not like beat you over the head overtly, like, oh my gosh, they're totally lezzing out or anything. Just like,
no, it's just like playful. Like she could have just tapped her in the shoulder, but it was it's more fun.
The butt was funner.
Tell her, but hey,
yeah. Look, that's the thing is,
girls do that all the time.
We do. Girls with other girlfriends do that shit all the time. Like, I've gone over to girlfriends who are getting hit on by creepy guys and been like, hey babe, where you been? And like it's like going like wrap an arm around their waist and everything, and it's nothing. And like so I like that you put that in there and you kept it fun. That is one hell of a motion blur. Wow.
Yeah.
This is like, I sense doom coming right at my head.
She's like, this isn't going to end well. I also love the perspectives when she went to go take the punching bag from the guy, and it was such an extreme upshot of her. Up one more. That one. Where you see just how big, like, her thighs are like his entire body.
Yeah.
Like, and then she looks like she almost tapers off, but it's just because from his perspective he's looking up and he has such an extreme upshot of her. I love it. I think it's awesome. This looks so cool. So you said that you have 3 issues planned?
3 parts.
Okay.
That are all going to be like 80 plus pages.
That's awesome. Phenomenal. All right, so how much of book 1 is done?
Oh man, ever since the book got funded, like right away, I was like, oh well, I guess I'm just gonna start now, and I've inked like 15 pages since then. I'm really ahead of schedule right now.
That's
so
awesome. You just got super motivated. In other words,
yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, we're funded.
Yes, I was like, well, time to.
Yeah, I think that I actually still need to back this. I'm gonna have to back it once payday hits next week. But you have someone who's like 1,000% in for this every single book, because like I said, these are my people. They're beautiful too. Like that makes me feel better. Tall women end up feeling a lot like dudes. A lot. So it's it's nice to see a tall woman that's like really feminine, really like playing up that whole side of things.
Yeah, the recent Resident Evil game where there's like this giant woman.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like some type of. It's kind of mainstream now. Like these tall women. Like as soon as the trailer came out, people were just like doing all kinds of fan art and cosplaying and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, people went nuts. But even then, like I'm not digging her aesthetic from like a super sexy
Victorian
standpoint.
era.
You know, it's like a
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be like a monster witch. I don't know, something
Right.
like that.
right, and that's normally how we end up being depicted as some, you know, with a good amount of like masculine features and like quirky little things. Whereas these are just, this is the same kind of cute girl that you would see average. You just made her big.
Yeah.
And that's what I love, because that's what we don't see a lot of.
And the chat has come through. Lady
Yeah,
Dimitrescu.
yeah, I can't say the name, that's why I don't even try.
That's as close as I got.
Lady Demi. that's all I'm saying. I don't, the rest of it is, yeah, yep. Okay, so Corvinus wants to know, are you offering any original art for people to purchase?
Well, this is all digital. So,
Oh, you're doing everything digitally?
I mean, you could get the poster.
Okay, let's go through your tiers real quick.
Yeah, let's go through the tiers, and then we'll talk about stuff that are asks from either our audience or us. To be perfectly honest, because you have so many cool things. Okay, so what's your featured tier here?
Well, this is the one where you could get everything. There's the 2 covers,
Mm-hmm.
A and B, and then the poster, and then for each copy of the book, you get a character card,
Awesome.
which you can select from the 4 characters, and then you also get an extra card that's like just has like the logo on it.
Okay, so if you wanted all 4 cards, is there a way for you to get all 4? If you want all 4 of the characters, or are you trying to keep it so people have to do trading?
I was trying to make it so people have to come back for the second and third book, you know what I mean, and then pick the next cards. But I've got a lot of people asking me about that. Like, I need all 4 cards now, and I'm just like, I didn't know it was gonna be that big of a deal.
Well, if you decide that you want to do that, especially because in the next campaigns you can still offer cards, like you can even do the same characters but do different poses, do holographic, do other things that'll have that same kind of pull. But if you wanted to do it now, you can always do where you do for add-ons before people fully check out, where they could add on another card or 2 or whatever, so they could get all 4. That is an option.
Yeah, because I wasn't planning on doing new cards for like the next book. It was just gonna be the same cards. I mean, I don't know if
I'm gonna be wholly honest. I would look at doing
new cards.
new art, new everything. You don't want to repeat from 1 to 2. Like if you wanted to offer, if you end up overprinting and you have excess cards, and you end up doing a book 1 catch-up bundle where people can get the cards and limit it to however many you have overprinted, you could do it that way. But if you're showing the exact same art campaign to campaign, you're going to lose a lot of repeat business. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to tune out, be less interested.
Okay.
Silver says, I backed twice to get all 4. Don't go wasting my backing on me, Shae. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna back twice too. I mean, I was gonna back twice, so Cy would get a book and I would get a book, and between the 2 of us we'd have all 4 cards.
So while we were waiting for Billy, we had a backer. Now Sumo's a backer. Now Silver's a backer.
Fantastic! You guys are awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for backing. You guys are amazing, and I'm definitely, this is 1,000% on my list. I don't even know, I might have already backed, but if I did, I have to back again. Okay, so that's your featured tier, which is awesome. All right,
And that was $50.
which is a
Which is
great
damn good.
price. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 80-page books, the emblem card, 2 character cards, and a poster for $50.
Yes. Okay, so for 25, you have cover A, which
Cover
is just, cool.
Yeah, just the book, and you get the emblem card and 1 character card.
Awesome.
Same thing for cover B.
Yep.
And then the same 2 perks, but then with a poster added to each. So cover A.
I love
2
that
perks.
poster. Or you can get cover A and B if you're not into the poster, and 1 or 2 character cards.
Yeah.
And that is simple.
That is really simple. Do you have stretch goals in mind?
No. I try to keep this simple. You know, I'll probably do stretch goals in the next campaign.
Yeah.
Some extra stuff.
Well, definitely, especially because if you're looking at how successful you already are without having stretch goals and all the bells and whistles, you'd be doing really, really well if there were more things that people could reach for.
Yeah. Or help you, like, unlock.
Yeah, exactly. And so the fact that right now you've got all of this support, you're at 904% of your goal, and that's just purely off of people don't want to miss out on this book, and you still have 39 days left. That's crazy. That is awesome.
Yeah, you're trending for close to 20K.
Which is insane straight out the gate for a first-time creator.
Wait, what is that?
This is called Backer Kit. It looks at crowdfunding and tells you, okay, this is what you've made so far. Based on what you've made so far, if you continue that graph, where are you going to end up? And so this is projecting, all things being equal, here's your over-under, but right in between, it's projecting you'll hit about 19 grand.
That's awesome.
So,
I gotta thank Ethan Van
Okay.
Sciver for that.
I was gonna say, if you end up deciding that you're gonna hit, because you are gonna hit a lull, especially since you did 60 days out the gate. Normally people would do 30 and 30 to try and get those boosts when you're coming to the close of the first 30 days and then the close of the second 30. The fact that you did it all at once means that people do know that they can wait to back.
Yeah.
The downside of that is that sometimes when people wait to back, they forget to back.
Yeah.
And if you start to hit a lull and you want to try and like increase visibility and people wanting to get in on this and everything, it wouldn't be a bad idea to consider some stretch goals that aren't going to cost you a ton extra.
Yeah, like a bonus poster. I mean,
Exactly.
posters are pretty cheap to print. Cards are pretty cheap to print.
Yeah. Stickers aren't too expensive.
Yeah, Sticker Mule has sales out the ass. So
Yeah. And I mean, totally selfish, but I love patches, and you got some awesome characters. It'd be cool to see somebody do your characters as chibi versions as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It would look cool to see them like that.
Well, if you want some
a giant woman chibi.
Yes, it'd be so cute. If you want some suggestions, we know quite a few people that are very good at chibi art. So we can definitely, off air point you to a couple of great artists and stuff. But looking into some small things that aren't going to cost you a lot, but that are going to entice people to continue to back is not a bad idea, especially since you're so close to 10,000 already. If you put out there a 15K stretch goal, or you put out there a 12,500 stretch goal, you've already got a lot of people clamoring for this, and that will potentially get people who really want to unlock those things to back again, or to really impress upon their friends the need for them to back. And so it's something to consider, at least. And if you can price it out and have it not cost you too much, which a lot of these things aren't going to be super expensive, that it's not a bad idea.
Okay. I can't add perks, right? It's done.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
What you can't do is change a perk and keep the same perk up.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can't do. You can't edit a perk once somebody has backed it. But what you can do is you can duplicate the perk and add whatever else you want to add into it, and take the first one down, bring the new one up. Or if you're going to do things like we were talking about, stretch goals, you can add those in to all physical backers at a certain level, and then whoever backs can get these specific things. Or let's say that you only wanted it at your $50 tier, you can say everyone who backed at the $50 tier gets this as well.
An extra poster, a bookmark,
it's there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. You can also just throw in, let's say that you have people who've already backed, because you have a good amount of people who've already backed. If you wanted to put something up where people would pay instead of just getting something for free, you could add a new tier that is just like a second poster.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, merchandise. Holy shit. That would be amazing. Like, I'm just looking at her, like, bra and legging combos of of your characters would be awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you could make this stay kind of in people's sights and something where they're going to continue to be excited about backing it. But yeah, it's a phenomenal looking book. It looks like the art looks amazing. The stylization looks awesome. Your bad characters look so freaking interesting. Like, I want to know more about all of them. Right?
I want to know more about her.
Diode. I'm telling you, the next time we have you on, that's going to be the one that I'm about to cosplay because it's just too cool.
Oh man, the story of these characters is gonna blow you away.
That's
like
exciting.
the preview is like just a really basic premise. It gets so crazy after that.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
So it's a teaser. It's the setup.
Yeah, it's like mostly setting up like the main character and a little bit of Vanessa. Yeah, I mean,
The day later says he wants a life-size standee.
Oh my god.
Corvinus also has back number 224. Thank you very much, Corvinus.
Giant chibi stickers.
I get chibi stickers and make them 5 inches tall. As opposed to the regular chibi stickers, just make it like the size of your palm.
yeah.
Eric McIntyre. I'm not highlighting that.
Eric hates patches, and he's like the only one in our chat who hates them.
So we have a lot of members of the channel and audience members who want to invest, who have a lot of money to invest in things that are above and beyond just the book. One of the things that we see some creators who work just 100% digitally, some of the things that they'll do to try to, I don't want to say appease, but to satisfy that particular element of customer is that they'll print out their inks and maybe embellish the inks or embellish the colors and then sell that in lieu of the original art. So it's like an embellished print.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things that you can do, especially if you look at some of the splash pages and the awesome artwork that you have. If you... Absolute is a great example. Jason does this where he has his lines for a specific poster or something, and then he'll print it out and go in with watercolor and do spot color on certain areas, or he'll go in with, his India inks and just add in some stuff or add in some detail. And so each one of those prints it's all the same base, but each print is different from the next. And he's, when he did it the first time, he did it as a tier, and he ended up taking the tier down because it got really popular. And so when he did it this next time, it was only people who backed during a certain stream were the ones who were able to get it. and you had to back at a certain tier on a certain stream, and then you were able to get that embellished print. But there's ways you can do it where you can keep it so your work level is low, but you're going to still satisfy all of those art collectors and the people who want something original. Same with sketch cards is another great way to do that, if you're willing to do traditional work.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that. I was thinking about just doing something completely original on paper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just printing it, but just completely original.
Well, and there's some people who will even mix, like they're heavily digital when they create the book, but then they choose, okay, this is a cool fight scene, so I'm going to do these 5 pages traditional, and then I'll offer them up on the
right.
campaign. And those will be like, I only have 5 pages of original art. The rest of this book is done digitally, but I did these 5 pages traditionally, specifically so people could own them. And that, that works well for a lot of people too.
Right. And then, as the artist, you have low overhead on doing something like that. And so it's just, really high profit margin for you. Plus it makes the customers happy. And these are just suggestions.
Yeah. And it's all stuff that tends to garner repeat customers and repeat backers, because they mentioned something that they would like, and you find a way to make it possible. But they now feel like they've invested. They own part of something that this IP is about, and they're going to want to see it through.
Plus, to be honest, there are people out there with money to burn, and there are only so many $50 perks you can buy before you want the Rolls Royce of backing.
Exactly.
Damegang. So.
That's the other thing that we tell people is every time you're doing these perks, and you've done very abnormally well for having your highest perk be $50. Usually, when people have their highest perk at $50, they're struggling to hit 5 or 6K. But your artwork and what you're offering is what people want. So you're at almost 200 backers, which is insane. But usually we say always have at least one tier that is over $100.
Okay.
Eric McIntyre, I wholeheartedly agree. Says Billy should come to the next RV art auction. We know how well these characters would sell. Absolutely. So if you're interested, every quarter we do an art auction. We just did one last Saturday. So the next one isn't until September 18th, was it, Si? So September 18th is our next art auction. If you are interested, we would love to have you. You can do whatever original art that you would like, but Eric is absolutely right. These characters would sell. You set your base price and everything, and then we go from there and let everyone bid on it, and bidding wars break out like crazy. So you don't have to answer now, and if it's no because you're working on Damegang, we totally understand, but the offer is out there. If you would like to come on to an RV art auction, we would love to have you.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it works out super well. Most artists make hundreds of dollars. Some artists make thousands of dollars. It's,
good hell. I'm not a great artist, and I made $150 on this last one. So, I do silly canvas paintings.
This is my level of art, and I made money.
That sold. That did sell. I'm just saying. that sold for the lower quality, but it still sold. But yeah, so honestly, Damegang looks amazing, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of other questions in the chat, but is there anything else that you want to let us know before we decide to wrap up?
Back it.
Back it. Everyone back it. That you heard the man.
You're gonna read it. You're gonna read it, and you're gonna be like, "These characters are amazing. The story is amazing. I need to see this whole origin, epic 3-part story play out."
Oh, hell yes. And Nolan said that he ended up backing it. The stream got me to pull the trigger, getting to hear more about it. That is exactly why we do this. I'm so happy.
I just want to point out, look at... Hold on, let me turn off the banner to help a little. Look at that. Attention to detail.
I focused, and I sat there for a very long time going, okay, if the red under her eye is on this side, then that means this has to be on this side. Like, I was like, okay, I think I have it right.
Cool.
But yeah, so we've got a bunch of people who are really excited about this, who have backed because they got to hear more about it and they got to hear you talk about it, which is awesome. We also had Silver, I agree wholeheartedly with. I just wanted to point out that Ass Titty is nice, but look at their faces. The expressions are so good. I wholeheartedly agree that you really captured emotion with all of them, and I love it. And yes, Eric, I know I don't have red gloves. Deal. You just have to deal. I'm on vacation. Okay? She also doesn't have curly hair, but we do what we can.
There was a straight wig.
There was a straight wig, and
out.
it did not look good at all.
Yeah, like they're saying. I mean, the female forms are amazing. The faces really sell everything about this, and what would have sold me, regardless of anything else, was just how well and how the interesting take you did on all the perspective shots in this. Especially that motion blur when that leg's getting ready to come around and just destroy her.
It looks phenomenal. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm sure they have great personalities too. Yes, I'm sure they do. I'm sure that they're very sassy and fun and everything. Thank you very much, Manby. Well, guys, I really don't know what else to say other than I need you to go and back Damegang. I need you guys to share this out. We really, really want to see Billy insanely successful, but we also, I want to entice him. I was shocked that nobody thought of body pillows.
It's not that we haven't thought of it, but you bankrupt a small country manufacturing just one of them. So.
I've seen other people who've done body pillows and they sold them for $70 for just the cover, and that's an ouchie.
Is that something you could just like?
Yeah,
a place where I could just submit art and then.
You can get them custom printed, and I'll do some searching and see if I can find anything like that for you. But it's something to consider.
Just throwing it out there. Rio is 9'4". That's a fucking big pillow.
They're not going to be life-size body pillows.
No, they need to be life-size.
They cannot be life-size. That's far too big. That is too big.
Life-size.
Oh my gosh, all you thirsties.
And I want the boobs on them because that would be the perfect, just right in the cleave. That's the perfect place to rest your head.
It'd be a great neck cradle.
Yeah, that's
exactly
like a massage table.
Posturepedic and everything.
Maybe we could get some gel in there too. Oh, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, Corvenus. I love Corvenus. He says, "I asked Billy already. There's no woke BS on this, so back with confidence."
I got that question on there. They probably saw that the characters are like, it's like diverse and all. So they were like, is this gonna be like? No, I just wanted it all to look differently. It's not about
right. Well, but see, that's the thing is because people always try to say, oh, but it's indie comics aren't diverse enough, and they all just want the same, white chick or whatever. And it's like, but that's not true at all.
No.
Yes, I did read Creators Outlet.
Did you read that?
Yes, I did. The Eric secretly has a streamer trunk of patches. Nothing worse than a recovering addict. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think that Eric hates on patches so much because he's actually a recovering addict. All right, well, Billy, we loved having you here. Make sure to stick around because I want to talk to you a little bit backstage, but this book looks phenomenal, and everybody who's watching, please go and back it. Spread the word about Damegang because it's just too much fun. It's too much fun and too awesome to not get all 3 books and then, maybe convince Billy to do like another 20 or 30 books.
Right.
Oh, I have so many things planned after that, but I'm gonna need the support to continue. So
we're gonna find it. We are gonna figure out how to make it. I refuse to read Eric's comment.
Right. Well, there's that too.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and for backing. And we will see you guys again at 8 o'clock. So just a couple hours from now where we talk about Heroenberg. And until then, back this book. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.